Today, we are going to be taking a look at a watch that is probably a little outside of what I would normally go for, but every time I see it, it keeps catching my eye. The watch is the Seiko Presage 140th anniversary. This is the 140th anniversary of Seiko's first ever wristwatch this year, and this watch pays tribute to that watch, the Laurel. It is not a one-to-one copy of the watch, but it does share a lot of similarities, and we'll go through all that today. So let's get to it and check out the watch. Now, if you are new to the channel, I took on a job as store manager of Gem Bijou in Toronto, which is an authorized dealer for Seiko and many other brands. I just want to be transparent with you guys. I did borrow this watch from the shop. If you're looking for one of these, definitely reach out. Link to the store website will be below. So I mentioned this watch isn't something I might usually go for, but I still thought it'd be a fun watch to check out. I've owned quite a few dressier watches, and they usually just don't seem to click with me like sports watches. Now, this watch kind of comes across as a dressy watch at first, but it doesn't fit fully into that dress watch category. The watch by itself, when it comes to today's standards, certainly does in some ways, especially the dial and the case design, but the strap has a militaristic vibe, and for good reason. The original Laurel watches were actually issued to Japanese Imperial Army officers. The strap gives it a more casual look, but if you want to dress this watch up with something different, you may have a problem. The supplied strap is one of the coolest things about the watch, but it's going to be a massive negative for some too. The strap is made with deer leather and is very close to the original strap that came on the original watch, but due to that very narrow lug opening, you're probably going to need a custom bund style strap like this made if you want to change up the look. We've got nice signed hardware on this strap, and the strap feels like a good quality strap. It'll probably look really good as it picks up some age, but if you're into swapping out your straps regularly on a watch, then that's something to consider with this one. The dial is an enamel dial, as was the dial on the original Laurel, and it's beautifully done. I love how the enamel sort of sinks down into the holes in the dial where the hands are. The dial is made by master craftsman Mitsuru Yokosawa, and you'll find the odd small imperfection on the dial that is sort of due to the enameling process that I think gives the watch character. Couple of other similarities to the original is the font of the Arabics, particularly the unique 4 o'clock marker. The blued hour and minute hands are also, at least from pictures, nearly identical to the Laurel. Probably the biggest change is the use of the caliber 6R37, which gives us the date subdial as opposed to the running seconds on the original watch, as well as a power reserve indicator. Power reserve with the 6R37, by the way, is approximately 45 hours. The case is a traditional style case, completely polished with an onion crown styled after the Laurel. The winding action feels smooth, and with that larger crown, it's easy to grip and operate. The case back is a screw down case back. It's a limited edition watch and is numbered out of 2,500 pieces available. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of 37.4 millimeters. The lug to lug is just a little more at 39.4 millimeters. That small lug opening is 12 millimeters, although the strap itself is 22 millimeters. And the thickness, it's a thicker watch coming in at 13.3 millimeters. And on the strap, it measures in at 16.3 millimeters, so quite tall on wrist. The crystal is sapphire with an anti-reflective coating, and the water resistance is 50 meters. And here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist, and it sort of sits awkwardly on wrist with the strap not being broken in, but I think that'll get better with time. Cool watch. It's a really beautiful watch. Other than this, as of right now, there's two other completely different watches also celebrating the 110th anniversary. One, the SPB333 Save the Ocean. I've done a video on that watch as well. I see they've also just come out with a 110th anniversary King Seiko, and I suspect as the year goes on, there will be more anniversary watches released as well, but we shall see. Cost on this is $1,800 USD, $24.25 here in Canadian dollars. Link to where you can find one at Gem Bijou will be below. So just a quick look today, a quick overview of the watch. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.